the church has to be at the very center of leadership development for the world, because God actually takes mankind, places him in a garden, and then gives him not just life and provision from the garden, but actually gives him leadership over the garden. One of the very first things that God says to mankind is that everything that I've made here is not only for you, but it's actually for your stewardship. You're supposed to take care of it. You're supposed to cultivate life within it. And so now today, as the church takes up the mantle of God's people, God's covenant people, this place where God is pouring out his blessing, pouring out his spirit through his word and through his saints to transform people from these sin-broken human creatures back into God's design for us, back into this flourishing life that God has designed for mankind. Now the church is taking people and moving us from brokenness and back into life. So when we look at the church's job now, it parallels the life we had in the garden, where it is our job now to cultivate our surrounding, cultivate our environments, cultivate our communities, cultivate our people so that they flourish according to God's design. And as we do that, as we see people transformed from brokenness into gospel life and gospel flourishing, these people now become empowered to go out and use all the talents, all the life, all the restoration that God has poured into them to actually bring that to bear on the people around them in their spheres of influence. And so when God works through his church, when God pours out his spirit and pours out his power into his church, and we see the lives of people changed, those people are now restored to that calling that God gave us in the very beginning, which is to take everything that God's given us, whether it's our influence, our power, our gifts, our skills, and our resources, and we're to go out into the world, out into the places where God has set us, and to use it to help others flourish according to God's design for their life. And that's leadership.